no lack oba ye boawo no ba ye boa krantin ni krantin hobani bani eno ko fine njaman se eba yo wa won dabo shia keshi okwa krantin no okwa no awodu ba ni hini bi ehye ola keshi mi jingo re ba pe no fe oni sa ke krantin afie ba fe e ba yo anokwale ke mi jele ni wo ke be no wa ko gbo na won ogbele e ba che krantin tomo akenu jibo one choice krantin ke waya ya yesu gba mi krantin ni ma job ke je hogba ke ya oba he breakdown bossu Nathan on leave wonderbushi amen.
You will not hear a more powerful prayer. 0549986996 0549986996. That's the text and WhatsApp line. Get to me also on Twitter at Kojo Ketia. Use the hashtag #SportsPanorama. Coach.
Yes.
Charlie, before we get into any football, we like making boxing an afterthought. But today, I will start on a boxing note. Richard Commey.
What? Look, I have never been shocked in my life watching a boxing that I was so confident that my boxer, our boxer, will have just what it takes to retain his world title. And if it was going to be that easy for the opponent, none of us thought that it would be that quick. I don't know what the game plan of Richard Commey was. His handlers, look, they are solely to be blamed for whatever happened. I don't know, because if you're going to fight against such a very dangerous boxer, a boxer who has never been beaten, a boxer who was coming to the fight very confident, a boxer who was fighting, although I hear that is where he come from, although he's Mexican, but he was born...
He actually from Honduras.
Honduras.
Yeah, partly so, Honduran, partly American.
And for me, I think Commey needed to do something that maybe an AJ did. He needed to go into that fight with a proper game strategy. The strategy...
But aren't we saying this because of the benefit of hindsight?
No, come on, man. Look, if you watch even the first round, if you are a champion and you're fighting against a credible boxer, you don't go throwing cautions to the wind. From the way Commey started, it was clear he was playing to the hands.
Maybe he underestimated him.
And that would be shocking to me. You see, that would be shocking to me. That would be very shocking if you are going to fight against such... You see, in the division, there are boxers that are touted to be the best. This very Commey, our own Commey, the guy he lost to, and then the one everybody thinks is the best in the division. What is the name of it? Is it Lomachenko?
Yeah.
So if you are going to fight against any of these two, surely you need to have a game plan. And that game plan can never be you standing toe to toe with them. Because just as you've got power, they've also got more power, if not something similar to what you've got. So at any time one punch, like we saw, just one punch, either from Commey or from the guy, could have won the fight. And if you really look at the punch that eventually did the damage, the guy actually positioned and then he moved out of Commey's punch. If Commey had caught him, he would have gone. So once he moved out, and then the counter punch, what? I've never seen a counter punch so fantastically delivered like that. In modern boxing, I've never seen any. Maybe it was, is it Floyd, who was very good at counter
Floyd is a deadly counter puncher.
Okay, but since he left the scene, I've never seen a boxer deliver such excellent counter punch that eventually took his opponent down to the canvas. So for me, look, the game, because as a champion, you need to go size the boxer, get him to understand that you are in for this, you are ready to go the distance. He's not going to take your title that easily from you. He needs to be on his game, not allow him to just throw one punch and the title is gone. So for me, look, I don't know where he's going to go from it, but I pray God because he's so good a boxer.
Yep.
Look, he's so good. If you watch Commey, all his fight, he's clearly shown that this is the guy who deserved to be a world champion for at least 2, 3, 4 years. Although that division, I admit, is a very, very difficult division to reign for a very long time. So one would have thought that at least he would have defended this title 4, 5, 6 times minimum to get beat. But this is his second defense of the title. And then it is going the manner in which he lost the fight. Look, to be honest with you, I completely disagree with what the tactics were on the day, and I think his corners did not do him any, because clearly he was fighting according to instruction. He's too experienced and too good, the world champion at the time, not to go into such bout without a game plan. And I don't want to believe the game plan was to go toe to toe with the boxer at the very beginning, because Commey himself had admitted that, look, this guy is dangerous. The guy has also admitted that Commey, they are
there's a lot of respect between the two of them.
So that respect at least should have carried the fight beyond the 8th round. Then the two boxers would have realized that now at least I've covered halfway in the fight. Now let's go and throw it and let's see who is the man. But you don't let go that easily in the second round, the very first minute of the second round. And he was nowhere to be found. The manner in which he got dazed. He got dazed. The manner in which that punch, you could clearly see when he knelt down.
There's a very good. Stop right there. Now there's a very pronounced picture of when he was on his one knee, and the referee was standing in front of him holding up 3 fingers like, "Oh, paddy, fight in the bit match, rather." I can go. You could clearly see that. Look, I was Popoy. You see the moment that makes 2 of us.
Look, in
Coach, see, I started watching the bout here. I was lying in bed and watching the bout. After round 1, when they took a quick break, I said, "Oh, hard guy. Let me go and bring some Coke and some light, yummies and chewies and come and settle down, relax, enjoy the bout." Charlie, I settled down. I hadn't even taken the first sip of my drink, and the fight was over.
When I saw him on his
my phone was shaking in my hand. I couldn't tweet.
You popo. Look, I popoed and I've never popoed like that. Not even when my Man United is losing.
I have the photo.
No, of course. That's what I'm admitting to that picture. You understand? That is me, of course. I'm the one in that picture. I'm not going to deny that.
What were you doing?
I was popoing. But the popoed, I popoed when Commey, look, the right punch, man. It went straight.
Yeah. Look, the popoest is ever been.
Charlie,
it was dazed. What is
he was extremely dazed. Yeah. And it is very difficult to recover from such punches. So I was not surprised.
What's the famous Mike Tyson quote about boxing?
Everybody has a strategy until you get punched in the face.
Yeah. That was exactly what happened.
Everybody has a strategy until you get punched in the mouth. Then you realize that. I know. Then all strategy goes out the window.
Charlie.
The truth of the matter is this. You're looking at a fight where before the fight, I saw an ESPN article where more than 15.
No, in fact, every single one in that article except one person
said Commey will lose.
And I'm trying to be specific on the number of people who and we're not talking ordinary people. We are talking boxing experts.
Boxing experts.
And every single one of them except one predicted Commey to get knocked out.
Yeah, so
and a lot of us that saw the article, including Goffred and pretty much everybody I know in this country who is into boxing, thought that the experts, the pundits, were being a little bit disrespectful towards Commey because, for one reason, he was the champion.
Yes.
That how many times do champions go into title defenses as underdogs?
Yep. And he was
a massive underdog. But some of us didn't believe it.
But we see,
we thought he wasn't being given the respect that was due him. But after what happened,
that's why I'm so terribly disappointed in his handlers. They saw all these articles. They watched videos of this young man. They knew how dangerous he could be. So what was the game plan?
So that's the thing.
Go and stand toe to toe with him.
So we talk because what was always obvious was that Commey was the slower of the two boxers.
Yes, of course.
Right.
The guy had speed. He had power.
He had speed. He had power. He had everything, and he had clear strategy as well. And he's very technically gifted. So I thought that what possibly could have happened, and you see, and this is why sometimes when you're analyzing these things, it's so easy to sit on radio and
hindsight,
especially with hindsight. So sometimes it can be a little bit unfair to the boxers, because you would think, okay, for boxing trainers who have been able to make this guy a world champion, they must know what they're doing. So clearly, I can't sit on radio and tell them they should have done this, they should have done that. But when you have the benefit of hindsight, of course, then you also have the ability to comment. And if you watch that fight all over again, and I'm sure even his handlers would agree that if they had to do something different in that fight, it would have been to slow down the fight and run around a little bit and get you to longer rounds. Because the moment he opened up and went toe to toe with him, boom, that was it. He was always going to get punched in the face.
Boom.
And that was it. And you see, and we talk about, and look at the technical aspect of the fight, for example. And that's the big difference between technically gifted fighters and those who are typical brawlers. For typical brawlers, all they do is just try to find space and punch. For technical punchers like Mayweather, they don't care about how many punches you're throwing. They don't even
care about knocking you out.
No.
If they're not coming,
because you know that at the end of the day, if he goes the distance,
that was exactly what he did. If you look at the counter punch that happened, Commey saw the space, he saw the opening,
and he went for it.
He cocked his shot, he went back, pulled his hand back to generate power.
And that took all his energy, actually.
And his opponent did not need to cock his shot. He just came straight. Typical Mayweather. So before you would take your hand back to generate power and come back,
actually,
you're already down. And that's the difference. And that was the massive difference. So you could just tell which of the two boxers was more gifted and which one was faster, which one had a strategy. It's not always all the time that the best punchers or the best brawlers win the fights. No. Sometimes a strategy is all you need. And Mayweather is a good example of that. Mayweather is never on any day a better fighter than a boxer like Manny Pacquiao.
Of course, but technically, he's smarter.
But he beat him, yes. He did. So, in hindsight, I'm sure they would have looked at that and they would have realized that a few things could have been done differently. Maybe slow down the fight, run around a little bit, take it to the... Because for fast punchers like himself, the disadvantage is that getting to the later rounds, you will also tire.
Yeah, but you see, I think in terms of reach, Commey had
better reach.
So he could have kept him at bay, yeah, with the jab. He could have kept him at bay.
Let me just have a
clinching.
But also, and I don't know if this is significant enough, and maybe Daniel can help me out. But I've read articles where some people have argued that he didn't handle the knockdown well.
Oh, come on. There was no way he was going to recover from that.
Hold on. Coach, let me make the point. That's true. That he didn't handle the knockdown well.
He should have stayed down.
He should have stayed down a little bit and composed himself. You know, you realize that...
That's what I keep telling these people.
Because you're dazed.
Whoever said that?
You haven't been hit by a hard punch before.
That's what I'm saying. If you say that...
Look, let me just see the manner in which he...
I think that's something. Yes. These things all go down to preparation. All these things, when you are hit early, in the case where you are hit early, you go down.
Scenario preparation.
You go through all these
all the
things.
Scenarios. True.
But what Commey did, and
Daniel, just before you continue, it's all body language. One second, just before you continue, the manner in which you go down will determine whether
you can stay down.
You can control it before you look. And that's what I'm saying. The manner in which he went, look, his leg could have got broken. If you watch it, the
guy tried to steady himself on his knee, but even his knee couldn't hold him.
What? And I feel I understand where Fent is coming from. You are hit, boom. It's heavy on you. You go down on one knee, compose yourself. Because stay down. His rise up or his tumbling rise up gave Teofimo the idea that this guy is literally done. That's what he did. If Commey had, and I'm not, this might sound a bit simplistic, but it's true. If Commey got hit and he had just gone down on one knee, steadied himself a bit, and gotten up, at least coming up, he'll be more steady, more stable.
You saw the knockdown from Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury.
Come on, what?
Wilder's punches are
No, I'm coming.
No, but these are two guys of the same weight
Of the
class.
same weight. So when Fury went down, you saw
He just laid down.
Yes,
he just laid down.
That wasn't terrible. He knew that. No, it was terrible. Laid down. Oh my God.
Yes, that's exactly what we are saying. That's exactly what we are saying. He would have stumbled. Yeah, so he just laid down.
It's because of the manner in which he went down.
No,
you see, when you go down with your... Oh, Charlie.
Let me just have a quick take on this. So, first and foremost, I mean, having known Commey for a while, right? I think the first thing he did going into this bout is that he underestimated Teofimo Lopez. Being the champion, he felt as if, yes, this guy is the New York guy. This is his home. He's popular, undefeated. But I am the champion for a reason. And that had him feeling like, you know what? I'm fighting in his home. Let me end this bout quickly so we don't have to go to the judges' cards, and then I don't have to. And then there came that punch sequence that we are all debating right now. This is how I look at it. Daniel is saying that he should have stayed down a little longer to steady himself. I have a different opinion. Look, like Coach is saying, it is the degree of the punch and the degree of the hit. Sometimes, right, I'm very sure that Commey had it in his head to stay down a bit. But there's a part of me that tells me that if he knows that if he had stayed down a couple more seconds, he probably wouldn't have been able to make it up to onto his feet again. Because when the knockdown first, he didn't just go down suddenly. He went onto one knee first, trying to steady himself on his knee. But the punch was so heavy that it literally threw him across the canvas. It threw him across the canvas.
Why try to steady yourself on one knee? You've gone down. Just go down flat on your back.
No, it is the punch that, you see, when you are punched, you don't determine how you go down. Look, it's the punch that would take you down.
Just quickly to build on your point. From everything after the point that you made where you said he underestimated him. No, I don't think he underestimated him. If you listen to Andre Rozier, his trainer, before the bout, he said a very key thing. That Teofimo will lose the bout if he decides to go toe-to-toe with Commey.
Then that was the game plan.
That was the game plan. And that was the big mistake. Because they had already put in Commey's head that
he can enter into a brawl with the guy.
Toe-to-toe. And interestingly, Teofimo and his camp also said that they have the speed, they have the power, and they have the agility.
Clearly.
And if Commey also wants to do his usual style, that is be a brawler, Commey will lose the fight. So both actually
they didn't do their homework. Because if you look at Lopez's previous fights, now, even with people that he knows he will beat, he always tends to get frustrated when the bout enters beyond round 5, round 6, and then he begins. His body language is almost like,
a bit desperate.
why am I going this length with this guy? And then he begins to lose control of himself. But apparently, Team Commey didn't know that. But let's just get a quick feel of how the thing went down.
Both fighters in different places. There is that short left hook by Lopez that sends Commey back here at the start of round 2. Oh, what a big shot by Lopez! And Commey is on spaghetti legs here in round 2. The champion is hurt badly. Okay. Can Lopez do it? He has 2 minutes to work. Big right hands. He's got him hurt. Lopez, Brooklyn born, coming here to Manhattan, looking to make magic. Commey is hurt badly. Lopez moments away from having it happen. And there it is. He has done it.
Charlie, I felt the punch from Adabraka. Hey!
You ask listeners, could Commey have recovered from that?
Relax. Let's play that again. Play it again for me.
Listen to the punch.
Both fighters in different places. There is that short left hook by Lopez that sends Commey back here at the start of round 2. Oh, what a big shot by Lopez! And Commey is on spaghetti legs here in round 2. The champion is hurt badly. Okay. Can Lopez do it? He has 2 minutes to work. Big right hands. He's got him hurt. Lopez, Brooklyn born, coming here to Manhattan, looking to make magic. Commey is hurt badly. Lopez moments away from having it happen. And there it is. He has done it.
Charlie, Don't let the devil lie to you. You can't rise up from this punch.
Recovering from that.
Hey! Says the champ is on spaghetti legs. Actually, champion and Indomie.
No more.
Watching the compilation,
you know what happened to me? So I was watching, and I'm sure you guys saw it in the group. I was watching it, and then my link went down. I entered the group, and I asked the guys for another link. Nathan drops it. I click it. Boof.
It was over.
It was over. Yeah. Nobody's recovering from that punch. Let me read a few messages and then we'll switch our topics and talk about the Ghana League launch. So Ezekiel Baden from Sawam says that always nice hearing you guys on radio every Friday. Shout outs to my boss Kingsley and Ponsa inside Ibri Ahiase doing the listening. Okay, this one says that it's another Friday all set for the show. Sports Panorama, the only program that brings the whole city to a standstill. Just waiting for Numo to make me learn and laugh. Small, in fact, it's coach's turn to speak. I actually stop everything I'm doing to listen to his analysis. Keep up the good work, guys. The whole country is listening. Franklin from La with that one. This one from Citizen Till Satan Repents. Hey, that's a serious name. Citizen.
No. His name's up there.
Because I was confused. Says Caesar Sichofia. That's the name. Says that I'm a citizen. City will pepper Leicester. But in February, Madrid will witness a heavy downfall. Citizens till Satan repents. That makes more sense now. I was a bit, David Walker from Kaswa says that if Frank Lampard does not sort out Chelsea's backline before the match against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, the Oboshi scoreline might come to pass. Don't worry about Bayern Munich. You should worry about Tottenham Hotspur this weekend. There might just be Oboshi. This one's from Julius from OCM says, good evening, guys. In fact, Coach Nimley talks more than Jose Mourinho. Abdallah from Bimbila says, I heard some Arsenal fans saying that Arteta is the architect of Pep's success at City. But I ask myself, where was Arteta when Pep played the most exciting football at Barca? Arsenal have just appointed the downgraded version of Ole. This one here from King Selassie says that Erling Haaland is the white Lukaku, just a good finisher. Nothing special about him, too much hype. If you see Lukaku's numbers, there's everything special about him, I can tell you that. Yeah. This one from Jude from Kakasunaka number 1 says, I heard Richard Commey woke from unconsciousness when he got to Ghana. All along, he was telling his team in the plane that he had a bad dream, he had been knocked out. Ghanaians will never learn. This is just jokes, I'm sure. This one says, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I don't know why I like Coach Chris so much. By the way, welcome back, Fent. F0, the youngest painter in Chebi Zongo. Okay, the red man from Amahia says that Man United must stop masquerading as a football team, stumbling from one poor recruitment to another. We got the best for 7.2.5 million pounds. Wait for the Haaland price tag. LOL, what a time to be a red. So somebody's already trolling. A Liverpool fan clearly trolling Man United for their purchases. This one here is from
blood tonic. You think we are drinking blood? Blood tonic, blood. You see, we had
this. What Mino Raiola is doing with Haaland right now.
He's taking him from club to club.
No, don't call me. Literally oxygen the boy of every European club.
Charlie, it's what it is. Let me read another one here. This one's from Van Hal from Teshi. Says, I hope the upcoming Ghana Premier League season will be more exciting than ever. Wish my club had to folk the best. Nana Intiamwa says that good evening, gentlemen. Your microphones are off. Always misbehaving. Your microphones are off. Says, I think my team Real Madrid missed the opportunity to punish Barcelona. I think so too. This one here is another message coming through. Oman Gato from Asamankesi says that good evening to you all. I'm confident that my darling Hearts of Oak will demolish Kotoko for the President's Cup. Phobia to the world. Okay. This one also from Farouk Headliner from Medina says that the insistence of Coach Chris on Haaland will eventually end in tears. Yes. And please, Ben, how can I get your intro tune? Oh, the intro tune there, it is for DJ Khalid. You can't get it for me, I beg you. 0549986996. This one here also says that I won't be as critical of Commey. That's how he's always fought, seek and destroy. He went to hook with a hooker and got caught. If you take another look at the fight, Lopez had been beaten to the hook all night. Shame they didn't correct that. But really, what was he going to do different? He's not some technical boxer. I think that's actually not true. Commey is actually a really technical fighter. He actually knows how to really fight technically. Like I'm saying, he only goes in for an early kill when he thinks that he can finish off his opponent early.
And more importantly, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Exactly. Hindsight is always 2020. So you can say what you want after he got knocked down, but we switch sides now.
Get back up, champ.
Yeah, man.
Get back
He needs to.
I know.
Get back up, champ.
The champ needs to come back stronger.
back up,
He needs to come back stronger.
Get back up.
But Daniel, I have a quick message here for you before we move on to the Ghana Premier League.
No, I'm from Patawa.
Our good friend Benjamin Patawa says that he will personally. He says he will personally supply Danny's Goro. He says the Goro is on me. He didn't have to put out the full name of the incentive.
Of course.
He says Danny's Goro is on me.
Oh, Charlie.
Spiritual language. We move on.
Friends, what are you offering?
What do you want me to offer?
No, you.
You know, coach, me, I can offer something if friends won't offer anything. You know, Danny lives in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah.
What's
The drone that supplied mine.
Oh, Charlie.
I will ask that the same drone supplies my chairman, because at the end of the day, thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you for the words.
You know what I will give him?
Tell me.
DT.
It's okay. DT. Fantastic stuff. Guys, let's turn our attention quickly to the Ghana Premier League. Quick standing topics. First of all, an amendment has been made to the statutes to make it an 18 Premier League team on a permanent basis. Keto Kweku says that incentives are being put in place to ensure that referees will be hoteled, transported, and stuff like that. And then he also spoke a little bit about the value of the FA's assets now. I found that really funny. Kurt doesn't want to believe that that's the value of the assets currently. Friends, let me start off with you on that one. Snap thoughts on what you make of us expanding to an 18-team league permanently, and also referees' incentives.
Yeah, I just got back from the
Lunch?
Ghana Premier League, the Ghana League season launch that was at the stadium. I think it must have come to an end by now, because I went after Sports Flash at 5. They had started. The vice president was there. But I did go to meet Keto Kweku's speech, then the vice president's speech. And it was a very well organized program at the stadium, inside the sports hall. Very, very well attended program, very well patronized. And they said very interesting things there, which I will share shortly. But the 18-team league, I saw this coming. The very day at the elective congress, when they decided that they were going to add Great Olympics and King Faisal and then relegate 5 teams in the upcoming season, so it reversed to 16-team league, we always knew that wasn't going to happen, because in the past it had even been suggested before that they make the league an 18-team league. So that has always been something that has been muted. So once it became evident that it was going to be an 18-team league, I think it was only a matter of time until the clubs went ahead and then requested that it remain like that. They wrote proposals, took them to the FA, they went to Congress, and it was when the matter was raised on the floor of Congress on Thursday, there was overwhelming support for it. In fact, there was no single objection to the proposal. And I personally think, I think it's good. Why? Because I think Ghana football is such that we've got so many clubs around, and too many of those clubs deserve to be playing in the Ghana Premier League. But because of the sheer numbers, I just hope I feel like the 16 teams are denying some very special teams the opportunity to play in the Ghana Premier League. And I think that this expansion could only speak of good things for the Ghana Premier League. I really do think that to have the likes of King Faisal and Great Olympics, and if they can stay in the Ghana Premier League, they bring something, especially Olympics.
These teams have been given
several opportunities.
Olympics in particular are persistently flirting with relegation. You see, I didn't necessarily support it, because I felt as if the next time another team has an issue against the Premier League and the Premier League is at a crossroad and cannot really solve the problem, somebody will also say that, okay, then you need to absorb me into a 20-team league. That's the danger we have here.
It's possible, but also at the same time, you have to realize that this proposal to maintain the 18-team league forever. It wasn't just a suggestion of 2 teams.
But it was a failure of an institution of the GFA to deal with the problem.
Yes, but as I indicated, that only became a solution after all other avenues were exhausted. And to be honest, I really do think, because if you look at where Ghana football was with the 16-team league and those 2 teams in court, if we didn't resolve this matter the way they did, we would not have moved forward. Because this matter, the 2 cases would have been locked up in court for a very long time. In the middle of the season, Kingfisher win their case, and there is an agreement, an express agreement in court that the FA signed, that if Kingfisher were to win their case at any given time, they'll be readmitted into the Ghana Premier League. So if we didn't do this, and they won the case at any point,
they would have disrupted the league.
It would have been a complete mess. So I think it was a good compromise that all the parties reached. And the clubs have decided that this is what they want. I think it's good in the first place. What I am concerned about is whether or not this will necessarily enhance quality. I think this will give access to many more teams.
No, but we should be interested in the quality.
But I don't know if this will necessarily make it more competitive. I do know for sure that it will make it more expensive. Because that's 2 more matches for clubs to play. It used to be 30 games, now it's 34. So 4 more matches for clubs to play. The clubs have agreed that they can bear that particular cost. They can deal with it. That's why they've agreed to do it. So I wish them the very best. And I hope that this will translate into better quality and more access for the Ghana Premier League. I like what they're doing with officiating officials, referees. The fact that and these things are not new. Let's put it out there, that the arrangement to have a transport company, maybe VIP, help transport referees to match venues so it reduces their own cost of traveling and all that and gives them convenience. It's not new. It's happened before. It got to a point the FA was owing some of the transport companies a lot of money, including the hotels. But if that is an effective system that Ket has always maintained, I think his favorite word is fully functional. Favorite phrase. So if they can make this functional and make it effective and efficient, I think it's brilliant. And I also like the fact that they've gone around organizing all kinds of seminars and scrutinizing the referees list and ensuring that there's sanctity in the officiating. Because I think that the very reason we are here today largely was because of the conduct of referees in this country. If this game will move forward with integrity and with trust, it will depend a whole lot on the referees. So I hope they can get it right. And the referees appointment committee, I absolutely love the members in there. We know our very good brother and friend and senior Michael Otieje is the independent member in that particular committee. He's traveled all around the country covering the Ghana Premier League in the 90s through to the 2000s. He does know a thing or two about the conduct of referees and how we can improve that. So I hope that moving forward, officials will do the right thing. And this is also key. I think the referees themselves need to look themselves in the mirror and say that we have a major role to play in moving Ghana football forward. So let's take responsibility. So this whole idea of having teams taking care of referees, transportations or hotels, it's a thing of the past. It has to be a thing of the past. There should be no occasion whatsoever where the home team is asked to take care of the cost, any cost of the referee whatsoever. I think that point of contact is what influences some of these corrupt acts and bribery allegations and whatever. So let's prevent all of that by giving the referees everything they need. Pay their allowances on time. And this is crucial because as it stands now, I know for a fact that GFA still owes referees officiating fees.
Yep. Even Dr. Amwa normalization,
they were struggling to pay them.
They were not paid.
These things don't help matters. Let's pay the monies on time. And I think that is crucial. The things I picked up from the launch today, beautiful launch, all the teams came, showed up, their jerseys, displayed them, came out there, exhibitions, nice speeches, the incentives that were announced there that I heard before I came back here. When Kurt gave his speech, was the fact that they said in the Premier League, the top 6 coaches will be taken to Europe for attachment in the off-season. That's an incentive.
That's brilliant.
The top 6 coaches in the Ghana Premier League will all be taken to Europe for internships with European clubs.
Yeah, including the top 3 from Division 1.
The top teams in each zone in Division 1, so 3 zones, so 3 of them will also be part of that trip. In the National Women's League, the top 3 coaches, the top 3 teams in the National Women's League, their coaches will also be taken to Europe. So together, they're going to be taking 12 coaches to Europe at the end of every football season to enhance their skill. And I think that is a brilliant incentive. We know how CK Akono became CK Akono.
Yeah.
When he was at Dreams FC, at every off-season,
he had a chance
to go to Europe.
Yeah.
In fact, his last attachment, his last internship, CK Akono, was at Celtic with Brendan Rodgers, who is performing wonders now at Leicester City. He worked with him when he went there in the off-season in 2018. It was 2017, 2018, to understudy him at Celtic. So these incentives, they improve. He can never stop learning. And I think that this is absolutely brilliant. He did talk about betting and how betting
players,
companies,
coaches,
whatever,
staff of the GFA,
players. You remember in the past, we've had issues.
Bofaka.
You remember the famous BA
United under Mohamed Gago.
And Gago.
Yeah.
Gago accused his own players of betting, taking bets against his own team. He was invited multiple times to the ethics committee. He never showed up.
Yep.
And now, what the GFA has brought, Benjamin, post-game press conferences are now compulsory.
It's compulsory.
If any coach under any circumstances does not show up for post-game, you will be fined.
His deputy can go and show up as well. It's just that
so
there should be
the team has to be represented. If you make any loose statement as a coach or as an official of any club, go on radio and say the sort of thing that degrade the product of the Ghana Premier League or any competition whatsoever, you will be fined. And we've seen these things happen many, many, many times. So they all need to be checked. And then the third issue of now making it a law that all referees are prevented from commenting on games. We used to have a case where referees will go and officiate games, then radio stations will call them, and they now want to explain themselves. They go and sit on radio to try and explain. How many? When have you ever heard a referee go and sit on radio trying to explain yourself?
But you see,
you shouldn't.
On that, yes.
So now they've also been bad.
You need to have evidence before you go making claims.
As a referee, you can't go on radio and go and start talking about your performance in a certain game and why you give certain decisions.
If referees isn't granting interviews.
Thank you.
Good. And
it's a good question.
Daniel is just handing me something I was actually hoping to touch on today. Now, Elmina Sharks sent out a press statement that literally rocked me before I entered the studio today. Now, I'll read it for you before we just go on. Purported friendly match between Sekondi Hazakes Football Club and Elmina Sharks. And I read, the management of Elmina Sharks have learnt with shock a match that was played today, Friday 20th December 2019, between Sekondi Hazakes Football Club and Elmina Sharks at the Sipon Stadium. Management wished to make it known that no such match happened. The last friendly match that was played by the fearsome Elmina Sharks was against Mediama Sporting Club at the Indom Stadium on Wednesday, 18 December 2019. Preliminary investigations show that some persons contacted the academy side of Elmina Sharks without the knowledge of management to engage in this match. There is a case of suspected betting involved. In line with the zero tolerance for betting, the academy side of Elmina Sharks have been dissolved, and all those involved have been sanctioned. A formal report will be sent to the GFA for the organizers of this game to be dealt with accordingly. Wow. We ask all supporters of this great club to stay calm while management deals with this to the logical conclusion. Wow. Signed, Communications Department.
Okay. It sounds good.
Do you remember,
Daniel,
this
is serious.
What national team was that? There was an African national team that played a friendly like that in Asia. And the FA president came out to say that wasn't his national. I think it was Togo.
I don't agree with that. You don't deserve the team.
The academy.
No, you don't deserve the academy.
Well, they are suspecting that there are players in there that are betting, and you can't pinpoint whoever it is. So get rid of the whole camp.
But let's be more.
These are academy. These are young boys. So those in charge, the big men,
they feel like the academy players have been compromised and coaxed into going to play a friendly game.
Okay, but this whole issue of suspected betting, let's investigate this particular friendly match. How many of the betting platforms had it on there?
So maybe
probably zero. No, that's the truth.
Hold on. See, betting doesn't necessarily have to be Betway, soccer bet.
Maybe within themselves.
It could be between themselves. Like, okay, somebody sitting in the stands and says, Akwesi Menu will score a goal and I'll pay 10 million if he scores a goal. That's match influence. That. I mean, it doesn't have to be synchro or platform betting per se.
Yeah.
There's different types of
so somebody went to bring the Minashas Academy to come and sit and say, then get here in the Minashas Academy.
For all you know, the players,
it's possible. How much? It's possible. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
For all you know, the players were told that, let's go, we have a match, let's go and play.
Yeah.
These are academy boys, and if you know how academies are run,
but I think
players don't negotiate to go and play match.
No.
They don't.
But there should be some protocol at least.
No, but as for the players, they are there and they are being handled by people. So when those people come back and say we are taking you,
unless you are saying that there's probably a team official of Elmina
that's what I'm saying.
Involved one way or the other.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
They didn't go there.
So you don't dissolve the team and then sack the. No, you don't do that.
Possible.
So just quick, but some few things I want to say of the what has been happening over the 2 days. I mean, yesterday and today on. About Ghana football. To be honest with you, I was impressed with whatever went on yesterday at Congress until they agreed to make this league an 18-team league forever. Come on, we don't need to play 18-team league. I completely disagree with that. So we will wait and see how it goes. I'm not going to be overly critical about what they will do or how the league will be run. But like Fentio rightly said, it's added extra cost, more games is, to me, in my view, is actually going to dilute the quality, because it's not about favoring teams, or it's about making sure that certain teams by hook or crook traditionally are kept in our league. No, if they are not good enough to be in the league, they shouldn't be there. You should end that position based on merit. So I don't know what the technical thinking where or what actually went into this for everybody. All of a sudden, yeah, 18, then they all agree, then we move. What is that? What was that? I completely disagree with that. Having said so,
desperate people who wanted their league back. Desperate football owners who wanted their league back.
When they admitted Kinfesa Accra Greater, and they said 5 will be what? Relegated, so that we revert back to our 16. I said, okay, that will eventually put to bed the court cases once and for all. And you need to be good enough to stay in this league, but not to make it 18. So that, no, come on, less competitive, less quality is what. Because look, for something that is that down, you don't start this way. You don't start like this. You don't increase the numbers because you want it to be. No.
Namely, something else, very briefly to add to what you're saying. One of the other push factors for the clubs to go for the 18-team league was actually not the Premier League clubs. It was the Division 1 clubs who did not want 5 clubs coming down
to the lower
divisions.
Look. It is not for them to decide.
So together, everybody.
So what the Premier clubs wanted, what the Premier League doesn't want, we also don't want
5 people.
You see, it's about teams. It's about the elite. It's about the face of our football. If our football is so good at the Division 1 level, and it's not that good at the Premier level, what have we got into, or what have we would have achieved? Nothing. I don't get it. So for me, I completely disagree with them on that matter. Now, on the luncheon today, there were some few beautiful things. I think that I want to congratulate the President Keto Kreku and his Executive Council for the sort of innovations. Whatever really touched me was when I heard that coaches will be sent out for proper attachment. But I'm waiting though. You know, I'm a strong advocate for juvenile football. The president is the chairman of the Ghana of the juvenile committee, and I'm waiting to see exactly the package. Now, because he he did say something. Either him or His Excellency the Vice President said that if it's about the Black Stars, we need our national team to win the AFCON and dominate Africa. And the only way we can do that is to ensure that our league, our foundation, is properly established and maintained at a certain level. So for me, I heard we've been told that the Premier League will be given some money, Division 1 will be given some money. We are waiting for the juvenile package. That is where my interest is. I'm told, I heard that the Premier League will be given, is it 10 or 20 balls? I'm waiting for the logistics for the juvenile level. That is where I'll be overly critical. And I've said, and I know they are listening to me, I will not compromise on this. And of course, the Juvenile Association will not, the juvenile clubs will not compromise on anything mediocre. It has to be done right at that level. And for me, I'm waiting, we are patient to see and hear the package that will be given to juvenile football. Anything short of expectation, some of us will come hard. No, I personally, I will hit so hard. I will hit so hard, consistently, persistently, to get them to sit up. Because we will not compromise that the foundation of our game to be destroyed the way it's been destroyed. We're talking about dilution. Do you know how many juvenile teams there are in this country? Over 2,000 of them. It's too much. Too much. We have too many of them. And we need to do things to rectify that so that we will get more and more quality players for whatever we intend to do. So congratulations. Let them start well. We are waiting to see on the 28th how the league will go. We'll be there to support.
Ben, paperless league.
Yeah, man. I had the vice president
put
up that brilliant idea. He said, look.
He said, the vice president said, the government of Ghana instituted the paperless system at the port. They've seen tremendous
rise in revenue
increases. So the Ghana Premier League should think about adapting a paperless ticketing system.
You buy your match day ticket on your phone?
Yeah,
fantastic stuff. I've bought.
But you see.
One league, one ticket.
Hold on. You saw. wait. Paperless. Somebody made a brilliant point at the back, and I thought it was good. You know, the people at the back, they're always making the most cheekiest
What did the person say?
He said, "Did I see the amount of money the president he spent on papers from the story from yesterday?"
No.
That is a strong jab.
No, it is a strong jab.
It is not everything that can go paperless. But I think if our clubs were to listen to what His Excellency the Vice President said, I think that would be a brilliant way to boost their income. Not to
Sports Panorama will take a quick break here. Remember, the show is proudly brought to us by DSTV and also by Betway. When we come back, we'll talk about the Champions League draw. Arsenal have appointed Mikel Arteta. Everton on the verge of appointing Carlo Ancelotti. And then match week 18 in the Premier League. Stay right here with us on Sports Panorama. We'll be right back.
City 97.3 Accra. Get festive this December with the Betway December Wishlist promotion. From boosted winnings to amazing cash and tech prizes, there is something new up for grabs every week. Each qualifying bet you place will earn you an entry into the weekly draws. With more than 20 prizes up for grabs, celebrate this festive season and call full time on 2019 in the best way possible. Bet now at betway.com.gh. Bet the responsible way. No under 18. Betway. Bet your way.
Join the party train as we warm up for the biggest and official Christmas party, December to Remember 2019, with electrifying performances from
Travel the country in just 30 minutes on the U-Tour bus.
I'm just coming from the home or from the palace of the new Yana. This is our story being told.
Journeys to explore.
From the plains to the greens to the scenery to everything. There's so much we need to do, to boost tourism around this area. That guy was just getting up.
Learn and indulge in the culture and lifestyle of the people. U-Tour shows on Citi TV every Saturday at 1 p.m.
and the official security partner in security.
Sports Panorama proudly brought to us by Betway and also by DSTV. Zero 0549986996 0549986996. I'll be reading a few of your messages in a bit. Daniel will be giving us a feel of the action from Twitter as well. So let me quickly run through the Champions League fixtures and then we'll zone in on about 2 or 3 of them before we move on to the appointment of Mikel Arteta. So there's Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool. Such a juicy tie. Borussia Dortmund versus PSG. Atalanta versus Valencia. Tottenham versus Leipzig. Club Brugge versus Real Madrid. PSG versus Galatasaray. Bayern versus Tottenham. Olympiacos.
Dead one.
Bayern. Hold on a second for me.
Bayern
versus Chelsea. I was a little confused when I saw that. Bayern take on Chelsea. Yeah.
Yeah, Bayern played Chelsea.
Atletico versus Liverpool. PSG
Liverpool
versus Dortmund. Manchester City versus Real Madrid.
Madrid.
Coach, I want you to talk to me about Bayern versus Chelsea.
No more. You see, that game, if Frank Lampard really wants somebody to handle Lewandowski, the young man,
Serge Gnabry,
Felipe Coutinho. No more. Look at the Arsenal. So you are talking about Zuma, Tomori, Nuno Zabaleta.
No, you mean Aspilicueta?
Sorry, Nuno Aspilicueta. And then Miankasa, Echo Master. Your friend say,
Rudiger.
Rudiger, how kakra. Oh, how can you take such players to go and face these guys who are hot? But of course, it is not about now. It's about what the team will be looking like in February. Surely Lampard will have to improve this Chelsea backline in February. He has to look at that, says Kepa Arrizabalaga, as to whether he's indeed the man for the job.
The most expensive keeper in the world.
Over 75
Kablakalaza.
Nah.
Kepa Kablakalaza.
I don't get him. One shot, one goal. Any shot on target virtually ends up in the back of the net. Surely.
But coach, hold on a second there. Some breaking news that will interest you. So Bleacher Report Football is reporting that Erling Haaland is currently on a flight to Manchester for talks with United, according to reports in Norway. Bleacher Report Football. They've drawn him in one red Bull Salzburg shirt and another the other half is the Man United shirt.
Somebody have signed blood tonic.
What's the time? No, what's the time?
Somebody have
it's
signed blood tonic.
20:08
He's already come.
Wait, you see the point I was trying to make? He said the report came that he's now on a flight.
He's come already.
When Ole did his press conference at 1 p.m. today,
let me tell you,
he was asked the same question.
He said, yes, the boy is in Manchester.
Wait, no, he did not say he's in Manchester. We beg you. Namely, you are not there. Ole didn't say that.
I listen. What did you listen to?
The whole presser.
I listen to half presser. I listen to half presser.
He did not say that boy is on a flight. He said he was asked that reports in Norway suggest that he's on a plane to Manchester. Is that something that he can confirm? And he said, you know me, I don't talk about other teams' players, but surely if he's on his way to Manchester, he's not coming to me.
Of course, if he's not
I
coming
have the voice, I played it at 5.
No, you see, if he's not coming to me, it doesn't mean he's not coming to Manchester United.
But you're breaking news. I'm saying that he's been on the plane since 1 p.m.
Do you have a problem?
I have a problem. A problem is how long
you and I also know that you've known about transfers long enough to Ole is not about to say that, yes, indeed, they're about to meet.
We also know transfers long enough to know that when they say a player is on the plane, he can be on the plane for 5 days.
Does he have a problem?
Undo that.
Look, ask Fentu.
Every day he's on the plane.
Fentu, do you have a problem with Haaland coming to Manchester?
problem.
You have a problem with that?
Yes, I have a problem.
Yes.
You have a problem. Okay,
Yes.
then go and find solution to your problem.
Stop saying problem.
No, you see. So, like I was saying, you don't put the likes of Zuma, the likes of Rudiger, the likes of Aspilicueta, and the likes of Emerson to go and face the likes of Nabri, Felipe Coutinho, who is on hot form.
Thiago Alcantara.
No more adjoint passing, defense splitting passes. So Lampard will need to fix the back four of Chelsea. You see, if Chelsea were to stand any chance, I repeat, I'm not saying they are not capable, but with this current defensive framework, I don't see how Lewandowski and co will not banging the goals 1, 2.
Are you saying we are about to have
possibly Oboshi, Chocho, and co? We are most likely to get there if it's going to be Zuma and co protecting the back line and that goalkeeper.
Did you say Ajete?
Ajete.
Which one is that? That's a new unit of measurement.
It's 5.
See, Ajete is already.
Oh, it's already in the mix.
It is
It is
Oboshi and Chocho that you understand.
I'm really hoping to get there one of these days.
That would be brilliant, though. That would be superb, though. You understand?
Man.
Yeah, and that would be one touch. And for me, like I'm saying, in midfield, Chelsea don't have a problem. I hope N'Golo Kante will be fit. Kovacic, and of course,
Jorginho.
the one and only Fentio.
Since Fent said that,
He's been
Jorginho
shambolic. Jorginho. No more. When we are looking about midfielders, you don't mention Jorginho in any bracket. In attack, Tammy Abraham. He needs to back.
Tamaribi.
Bakumo. Abraham.
Charlie.
He needs to do more. So surely if you look at this Chelsea team, if this is the team Lampard is really going to present in February against Bayern Munich, look, if I have my money to bet, I will bet Bayern Munich all day.
Fent will talk about Manchester City versus Real Madrid in a bit. Let me read a few messages. What do you want to talk about?
No, I'm not going.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to briefly touch on Chelsea versus Bayern Munich.
Relax.
After all I've said,
Relax for me. I'm
is
coming.
there anything different to say?
I'll give you an opportunity to counter. Relax for me. Let me read a few messages coming through. This one here is from Prince Henry from Koforidua. Says Chelsea have to win this weekend's game against Tottenham, no matter the situation. As for the Champions League draw against Bayern Munich, it's going to be very cumbersome, but we will sail through to the next stage. Regards to Fent, Coach Dan, and the entire crew. This one says, guys, did you see the Dante Wilder punch on Fury? Fury stayed down for at least 7 seconds. Strategy is everything, but I can tell you that Fury is not Commey. They are two different boxers with two different anatomies. This one here from Caleb from Tema says, Commey puts more effort into his American accent than the defense of his title. Ooh. This one here from Awudi Bernard from Medina says, I wish the Ghanaian boxer Richard Commey better luck next time. Kudos to you and your team. This one also says that you could actually hear poof in the studio. Yeah, the guy should have stayed down. Arabian Tuntaila from Soga says Arsenal will come back stronger this season. This one says that Commey lost to a better boxer. Preparation is key. Better luck next time. Jenas from Racecourse says, hey guys, he would be a god if he could have recovered from that punch. Listening to the poof, hey Charlie, he couldn't have. It was a clean hit. This one says, we just hope Nathan didn't attempt any ballot boxes during the assemblies. Oh, Charlie, Nathan is on leave, but he's still catching stray bullets here on the show. Oh, as for Nathan, when it comes to, I don't know about the recent assembly, when it comes to anything ballot box, he's your go-to guy. So just remember that. This one also coming to says that Derek from Jamestown says, what I have to say about the Commey fight is simple. His team. Okay, I really can't make head or toe. That's very bunched up message. This one here says that Samuel Drake from Kaswa says tomorrow LFC will win the Club World Cup straight. This one also says, how can we get Liberty Professionals jerseys? Really superb. Well, I'll definitely facilitate that bit of communication somewhere throughout the week. So look out for it. Nee from Choco says, why did the GFA leave out coastal football? I was not happy with that at all. Great start from the new GFA. I love the noise around it. Okay. More messages coming in. Bellerina Sedu says that congrats to Mikel Arteta. So happy to see you back at Arsenal. I have total confidence that your team will bring back disorganized set up and will make us contenders again for trophies in the future. So that's what you're saying. Friends, you have 2 minutes to talk about Chelsea and Bayern. Then Daniel will also have his take before we talk about Arteta. Go on.
I'm just about to say that Bayern Munich have had a walk in the park against teams from London in the Champions League every time they've played them. They've disgraced the London teams. The last time they met Arsenal, you know the result? It was a 10-2 aggregate victory against Arsenal.
So what is Chelsea
unpardonable.
What is Chelsea going to do?
The last time they met Spurs,
You have 2 minutes.
you know the result?
7-1, we know.
It was a mauling.
10-2.
Oh, it was a mauling. The last time they met Chelsea, it was in Germany. They went home. They cried.
That team, that Chelsea
Hold
team.
on. Is the Bayern team the same? It's not.
Coach, let friends make his point.
So I am saying
We have problem.
that Bayern had done that to teams from London who have never tasted the Champions League before. They don't know what it feels like to play in that competition. Only one team from London knows how to do that. Chelsea Football Club. When they come up against Bayern Munich, there is no better position Chelsea likes to be going into games than being the underdogs. Every time and time again, they've proved people wrong.
Nananie.
Sure.
And I'm saying that this is about to be another one of them.
Nananie.
And I repeat, I'm not being fanatical.
Hold on a second, friends. Just to remind you of where you've come from to get here.
Yes.
First and foremost, you gave us the Rudiger hybrid situation.
Yes.
It didn't turn out very well. You have given us Jorginho. You have literally jinxed Jorginho with your rant.
Yeah.
Carry on.
You are now you are saying
Carry
what?
on. They say carry
Now
on.
you are saying, see,
Boy, carry on.
I am going to carry on, but it will not jinx anything.
Manuela, carry on.
What is Emanuela? Akwawe Ombuadi.
Talk.
He's there. But see,
Bocho, please
I'm going
go
to
on.
see. I'm going to sit here and tell you, even if I weren't a Chelsea football fan, right? On paper, a lot of people will think just because of Robert Lewandowski, you would think that Bayern Munich will go into the game as favourites. For a lot of right reasons. That's fine. But I'm saying that I'm taking a look at Bayern Munich's team, a team that has not kept a clean sheet in the last 5 matches.
But Chelsea have.
No, we haven't. Chelsea hasn't. It doesn't mean that against Bayern they can't keep a clean sheet.
So Bayern too can keep a clean sheet again.
Yes, but I'm saying no. But if you analyze so simplistically, then we will never go anywhere.
I have a minute. You have a minute.
So I'm saying that I'm looking at this Bayern team and I'm looking at places where Chelsea can hurt them. Bayern have been playing a centre-back pairing of Benjamin Pavard and David Alaba at centre-back. And you really think that Father Abraham, Tammy Abraham, top scorer in the English Premier League, he has no ability.
Is he the Premier League's top scorer?
Please, he's one of the top scorers.
Just
In the English Premier League.
Just to be clear.
He cannot punish a defensive pairing of Alaba and Benjamin Pavard. Think again. Pulisic. Oh my goodness. What a player. And the Ruby Loftus-Cheek is coming back.
We are doing this again.
Rudiger is back.
We are doing this again.
On a more serious note.
Were you very serious before?
No, I was serious. This is more serious. There's a difference. I was serious. Now I'm being more serious. I honestly think, however tricky this game will be, Chelsea have a chance. Don't rule out Chelsea like Christopher Nimley. You'll be doing that at your own peril. Right now,
Thank you.
see,
Thank
yes,
you.
right now, things may not be perfect.
You're not listening.
Chelsea are going through,
But that's what Coach said.
yeah.
He said
But you
it will
see,
depend
by
on the
February, net team now, hey, Nana, stop.
Okay, oh. Bob. Baobab Ohini Buedu.
Tony,
Please.
also.
B.O.B.
Baobab Ohini Buedu.
B.O.B. A.K.A. Bob.
Please talk to us about Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Tasty tie.
Sumptuous.
It's a sweet, sweet tie. And Real Madrid have to beware. We saw what happened to them. You see, you cannot run away from the fact that since Dadaro left, something happened to Real Madrid.
You mean Baba?
Oh, Charlie.
Of course. In midweek, he was fantastic.
I don't
Defied the laws of gravity.
Oh, Charlie. 15 seconds in the air.
Charlie. Look, I was watching the game and I said,
Charlie.
damn, where did that come from?
Say it again. Say it again.
Damn, man.
Say it, another one.
Damn. Where did that come from?
Damn. See, since Ronaldo left Real Madrid, something happened, or something has happened to them. They are just not the same team. They don't look as comfortable as they usually, or they used to. They used to be in the Champions League. There's just something off about them. And I don't choose to look at this style. I'm not looking at this style as Manchester City versus Real Madrid. I'm looking at it as Pep Guardiola
versus Zizou.
No, against Real Madrid. And when Pep Guardiola meets Real Madrid, he knows how to beat them.
He had Messi back then, though.
Look, 5-0.
He had Messi
He's
still.
done 3. He knows how to beat Real Madrid, and that is why I just feel that Manchester City will nick this. Now their Premier League aspirations are over. They can't win the Premier League.
That's what's going to make them
Their
dangerous.
concentration is on the Champions League. They want it. That is the trophy that Manchester City wants badly. And if you look at this Real Madrid team, whether now or in February, this is a perfect time to, or the perfect season to play them. They are not the same. Their mentality is not as strong. Their defense is not as strong. Their attack is not as sharp. They are just not the same team. Even the Ballon d'Or winner can't even make the starting 11 again. It shows you how far this team has fallen. And I'm saying come February, Pep Guardiola and Manchester City will sail smoothly into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Maybe the game at Bernabeu will be a bit tough, but at the Etihad, cool chop. Manchester City are winning it. Cool chop.
Hey.
But it's Arteta
that... Why are you quiet and allowing him to do this?
Let him talk. He shouldn't talk. It's
Arteta.
No, Professor, come on.
You see?
Charlie, respect.
No, see.
Talk to me about Arteta. Now we are there. Let's stay on the subject. Arsenal have hired Mikel Arteta, 3.5-year contract.
The best man for the job.
Ben, I think so too, Coach.
Listen. You see, me, I've come to learn some certain things about this football. Let's stop lying to ourselves. You see, let's just stop. The first example, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And that's the thing about football fans that sometimes it's funny. Where have you seen Arteta coach before? You tell me where. You don't know his philosophy. You don't know.
It's always the first time. No one saw.
You see, there's always
no one saw Pep Guardiola coach a big team.
And that's the thing. And that's not a strong enough point for me. Because Pep Guardiola walked into a Barcelona team who had just finished Champions League semi-finalists in the previous season. Do you understand? He had been at the club. He knew the system. He grew up in the club. So it was virtually very easy for him. In fact, the core of his players in the first season in charge were players he had actually worked with before. He grew up with them. He knew them. The job at Arsenal is different, guys.
That's why you need somebody who understands.
No,
Arteta doesn't know the club enough.
Arteta is walking into an Arsenal. We are halfway through the season. He has to start straight from Sunday. He hasn't had pre-season. Look, this job is too big for him.
They needed a manager.
Understand they need a manager. But what I was saying was that, yes, it was important to bring in a permanent manager. But if you really want to give the job to Arteta, Charlie, Arsenal with their power, don't allow Ancelotti to go to Everton. Give Ancelotti the job.
They didn't want Ancelotti.
Give him the job.
Clearly they didn't want him.
They didn't want him.
If somebody like
wanted him, they would have gotten
to the end of the season. Let them finish and then give Arteta time to sit down and think. Charlie, in January, you're not going to get any proper defender. You're not going to get any proper midfielder or striker or goalkeeper. Arteta is going to have to work with the likes of David Luiz, Socrates,
David Luiz,
Kolasinac. It's not fair. You are setting the guy up to fail, and when you finish, you say he's not good enough. Already, we've not even seen what he can do.
I don't think
people say he's the architect. Charlie, that thing is the beansiest comment I've heard in my architect of Manchester. Beansiest.
But it is the truth.
Architect of Manchester City. That Pep Guardiola did it at Barcelona. they were better. He did it at Bayern, they were better. Then Manchester, he's the architect of Manchester.
But Danny,
what Arteta coming? He's come to teach Pep Guardiola how to attack.
You are misconstruing the concept.
No.
Nobody says that Pep Guardiola is teaching Arteta tactics. The job of the first team coach is so tedious that when it comes to running the first team, you usually hand that over to your assistant.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Okay. Maybe he's the one in charge of attacking training and somebody.
Exactly, he's the attacking coach.
Fine.
Good.
But it doesn't mean that he's the one making them attack like that.
Nobody.
They are working according to Pep Guardiola's plan. He's just making sure that they do as Pep has said. He's not the one who go and sit down and say,
whatever Arteta even says is Pep's plan.
Actually, none of us know what Arteta can offer. We've not seen him anywhere before. Even under 20 we've not seen him anywhere. That's different too. And here, Lumberg, he coached under 23. Ole, he came to Cardiff. We saw he has chance more. He went to Norway, went to win league, so he brushed our eyes small. Frankie too. He coached Derby small. But this guy, you've not seen. It's hope. It is hope. So fine. If you are saying that you are hoping and praying that you do, but you can't say he's the best man for the job based on what?
Please, may I say Arteta is the guy?
Look. You remember? I think it was two weeks ago. You and myself, we agreed that he was the man for the job.
He's the guy, coach. Look, he's the guy.
I think he's the perfect man for the job. Why do I think so? Look, this Arsenal team would need to have a project in place. The Ancelotti, the Jose, whoever they would have gone for what Man United did in the past.
They are
an immediate fix.
They are normal.
Panicking.
They'll come quickly and go.
No, you want somebody who is in there to stay. Look, when Arsenal appointed Arsene Wenger, nobody knew him.
From Japan.
Forget it. It's their football. Arteta is modern. Only you are telling me Arteta is not in modern. Don't worry. What I am saying is, if you look at the Arsenal project, they needed a son, somebody who understands where this club used to be, where it is now, and what it takes to get them where they deserve to be. I've got no doubt whatsoever that Mikel Arteta would do a decent job. He would not get, you see, he's in for the rest of the season. But wait for Arsenal next season.
So they should give up on this season?
No, but of course they're not going to win the league this season. But top four is a huge. If he doesn't make top four, he's not a failure.
They need to set realistic targets.
Realistic targets for the young man, so that gradually, when of course, look, it's simple. They are all on a project.
Add Lampard, please.
Lampardo, they are all on a project. Old boys back home. Haaland back home. Arteta will bring some other players back home to Arsenal. So it's simple. Next season, watch.
It's a homecoming thing.
It's a homecoming thing with quality. He's the best man for the job. He will do well.
Let me just quickly go through the full complement of Premier League matches for this weekend, and then I'll get you some action on the Betway picks of the week, DSTV's picks of the... Charlie, we have a lot of things going on. So, remember there was supposed to be a Friday night game today between West Ham and Liverpool, but Liverpool are doing their thing in the Club World Cup. Tomorrow, our early kickoff game is the game involving the man we are discussing, Mikel Arteta. At Goodison Park, Arsenal take on Everton. There's Aston Villa versus Southampton, Bournemouth versus Burnley, Brighton versus Sheffield United, Newcastle versus Crystal Palace, Norwich versus Wolves, and then there's a juicy one, Manchester City versus Leicester City at the Etihad. That will be tasty. On Sunday, there's Watford versus United, and then Tottenham versus Chelsea. Here on my DSTV list, because that's where you enjoy all the goodies. If you don't have DSTV this weekend, why you Charlie? In the Italian Serie A, tasty games. There's Inter Milan taking on Genoa. That should be competitive. In the La Liga, there's Villarreal versus Getafe. There's also Barcelona versus Alaves. And then when you come to the Premier League, of course, like I'm saying, the pick of the lot, Man City versus Leicester, Tottenham versus Chelsea Football Club. Let me go through the Betway picks of the week quickly, and then I'll give my guys their final take on the show.
Time to make money
before they finally run away. So,
DK, you need some dough. You are the money man.
Please don't insult me. Before Oswald, I was. Before him, I shall be here.
After him,
we shall be here. Please.
Yeah.
Respect, man. Respect, man. Respect.
The Inkets world.
Please, Bocho, please give me my due. Quickly, let's get to the bets. And there's Sevilla versus Mallorca. We have Sevilla to win that one, straight win. Sevilla versus Mallorca, straight win. We have Everton. Yeah, straight win for Sevilla. Thank you. There's Everton versus Arsenal. We have both teams to score in that game. We have RB Leipzig versus Augsburg. We have RB Leipzig to win that one.
Over 2.5.
No, relax. It's RB Leipzig to win. Don't come and jinx it for anybody.
Okay,
RB Leipzig to win.
Simple. I mean, actually win. Agbena.
Barcelona versus Alaves. Barcelona to win. And then there is Real Madrid versus Athletic Bilbao. Over 1.5. Over 1.5. I'll go through again. Sevilla, Mallorca. Sevilla to win. Everton, Arsenal. Both teams to score. RB Leipzig versus Augsburg. RB Leipzig to win. Barcelona versus Alaves. Barcelona to win. Real versus Bilbao. Over 1.5. And your booking code is 7E CC248. 7E E for
egg.
CC248. We'll put that up on the Citi Sports platform on Twitter just so you can go have a look at it. But guys, show has come to a close. I'll take 20 seconds of comments from everybody around the panel before we go. Coach, I'll start with you.
Mine is a shout out. Some good friends are always dedicated to this program. One of such friends is Karl Marx. Karl Marx. Karl Marx. Okay? Of Ghana Christian International School. My brother, I know you are listening. You together with Mr. Kwashi and the guys. This is your colleague. And I thank you guys so much. Hey, and congratulations to one of my colleagues got married today, Mr. Entry. Welcome to the family, man. Very soon Daniel will be joining us in that bracket so that we'll begin to do things together as men. Danny, the ball is in your court. Ani Bulabo, okay. Karl Marx, Mr. Kwashi, guys, shout out. Briju, shout out to you guys. Danny, very soon you have to join the family so that we will think as men.
Are you telling him?
Oh, no more.
Coach,
Lilemba. Danny.
Coach, you are automatic. You are out of order. Friends.
Yeah, Ben. Listen, I just got this message from Sedinam Nyamodi, and it's actually a screenshot of the Hazakes and Elmina Sharks game on Bet365.
What?
I'm looking at it, and the odds are evenly split at 2.5 odds for a win for Hazakes and 2.50 for Elmina Sharks, with a draw pegged at 3.20 odds. Ordinarily, this wouldn't be a fishy pick. But if an academy side is going to face a top flight Division 1 team, the odds should not be evenly split at all.
Interesting thoughts coming
through there. You can understand why they took their decision that they took. Anyway, and it was streamed live too.
Interesting.
So people were probably doing online betting on the game as well. Anyway, I heard there's heavy traffic in town. Massive traffic in town. Chris Waller is he texted us. He texted me. He said he's stuck on traffic on the N1, and we're making Panorama bearable. The journey bearable with Panorama for him. So good evening to you, Chris, and Merry Christmas, and also a very good evening and a big thank you to the Ghana Olympic Committee president.
Mr.
Mensah, for the kind gesture he did for the desk. Is always appreciated.
Thank you,
it
sir.
doesn't mean that.
It's okay. Your 20 seconds is up.
Anyway.
It's okay. We are moving on. Why are you doing that? We give you 20 seconds. You won't talk for 2 minutes.
Okay, let's give it to the man of the moment.
Oh, Charlie.
Bob.
The man of the moment.
The
man of the moment.
Danny
King Goro. King Goro.
Allah. I brought some. No more. Give him. Make sure.
Official presentation.
Yeah. No more. Take your goro. Take your goro. Jigu goro.
The official
goro presentation of the goro.
Yes, the official presentation of the goro. Now, I only have one thing to tell you.
Wale Beni Ofiole. That's it. Let's end at that.
Make use of this.
Walowana.
Please,
Walowana.
we beg you.
Walowana. No.
Make use of this. And
have you ever seen? I don't know if those of you who are streaming on YouTube, have you seen how Daniel has become lem? Like this guy is typically the loudest guy here. He doesn't know what to say.
Including, we're talking about loud.
Take your guru, please.
Talking about loud.
Yeah.
He also concocts slice.
It's okay. It's okay.
Like 3 weeks ago,
No, that
when he said,
it's okay. You will not be allowed to do a rebuttal on that matter. Daniel, please. 20 seconds. Finally, let's end the show.
I love this Michigoro.
Take the Michi. What are you doing?
I'm sure you.
Please let Daniel finish.
Charlie, I just want to give a shout out to my big brother Cristiano Ronaldo. This week he made me a very happy man.
And the climax of the joy will come very soon.
And that's how we bring tonight's show to an end. My name is Benjamin Nketi, our coach, namely Fetio Tahiru, Daniel Kranting, Hans from Desmond Nyako, and Daniel Squashy. Thank you very much for the text messages and also for the tweets. The Premier League preview show, Game Week 8, comes up right after this. But also don't forget that the stars will converge at the Fantasy Dome on the 24th December. It's white top and jeans, 150 regular tickets, 250 VIP and 300 VIP with a table. Secret reservation, call 0205-973-973. Kwame Eugene will be there. Kidi Adina, Dope Nation, Kofi Kinata. Kale Kinata, or your guy rough. The only problem is that he's a suffering Man United fan. Fryer and Familia will be there as well. So the Premier League preview show for match week 18 coming up right after this. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Talk Sport.